Hey, what's happening?
What's going on, Joe? How you doing this morning, man?
I'm good. That it always makes me bob my head, that intro. It's really good. Actually, I had a friend, an old friend from high school, email me a link to a Spotify song. And many people don't know this about me. I'm a big rap guy. I love 90s hip hop. So Tribe Called Quest, love it. Sent me an old song, and I went down a rabbit hole yesterday in my office. And I'm in my office. I have my headphones on like this. This is my home, but I'm at my office at work, and I'm just like this the whole day. Just
now, did you pause?
Did
you pause the Christmas playlist, or did you leave the Christmas playlist going and just put?
No, I got to give full attention to
good. That's the right answer.
Dog and Ali Shaheed Muhammad. You know what I mean?
Man, you got a little flow for us this morning to get going.
No. Oh,
no.
You don't want me to hear it. You don't know.
I know. That's why I was hoping you would. Man.
Worried about appropriation there.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll just keep it in my ears. That's all.
Okay. All right. There we go. Happy coffee, man. Enjoy it. Have a sip.
Yeah, I am getting into the swing of things for the season, boy. I'm excited. I'm gonna have a light work week next week. We got a couple of days left of this week, and then I'm gonna have a ball. I think it'll be great.
I hope you do, man. I hope you do. I'm gonna work. See, the down thing of this whole self-employment thing is there's none of the paid time off. So if I take time off, then it's on me. It just costs me money. Yeah, so, right. But I am looking forward to some time off. I've got families coming Christmas Day, so I'll actually probably pump the brakes. I'll work Christmas Monday. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to work today and tomorrow, and then I'll probably take a week off. And obviously the animals got to get looked after and that stuff. Sure, but as far as staying engaged with the food and beverage consulting stuff, I'm hoping to do my current advertising campaign locally here is a Snake Santa delivers right up until the 24th, man. Like I can get you a snake in the Twin Cities, Rochester, Western Wisconsin, greater metro areas, So we'll see if that comes through. There's been a few inquiries, and had a good show on Sunday, and then a couple good follow-up sales.
Yeah, so tell me about that. What was your show like on Sunday?
Sunday was cool. There was a good little lesson in there, or a neat little thing that happened. So I don't know how engaged you are with all this, Joe, but there's a couple called Ed and Emily, and they have a channel called Snake Discovery. And they're wonderful people, fantastic people, really, like, in many ways, like the pet, kid, family face of the industry. They have like 4 million followers subscribers on YouTube. That's even better than Instagram followers. So massively influential. That's their show. They're here in Minneapolis, and they host 6 shows a year. So I've ended their show. I don't know what happened. I don't know who's to blame. I don't really care. Friday, the show was Sunday. Friday, we get an email. Hey, the show's been moved. It's in a area called Bloomington, which, like Tampa Bay area, Minneapolis has all these different cities around it. Sure, Bloomington, yeah. It's where the airport is. It's where the Mall of America is. Big place. So Bloomington is really just Minneapolis South. Moves to a place called Hastings. Don't know where Hastings is. Okay, I'm like, man, this is my last show of the year, my big wrap up. I wanted to go where the population was. I don't want to do a boonies small town show, blah, blah, blah. what happened was that was incredible and was the unintended consequence of a bad situation. And I give them, I'm sure it wasn't Ed and Emily's fault. I'm going to assume that they're on their game. They didn't get famous and rich. I don't know if they're rich, but anyway, I don't think it was their fault. And you go, all right, well, time to make the best of the situation. So what do? I let everybody know, hey, I'm still vending. We've moved. I put it out there. I put it in every platform I have. Show's going to be in Hastings. I think every vendor did that. And I think every vendor in about a 12-hour period totally bombed the Minnesota reptile scene with show promo. Where's it going to be? When's it going to be? You got to get out here. The turnout was fantastic. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, the turnout was great. I had a great show. And I think because everybody got engaged and actually put extra time into promoting the show, it went way better. I think everybody relies on the promoter to promote the show. And I realize it's in their name, but I get it. But we all have our own circles, our own communities that we can reach. And I think everybody put in on the advertising because it moved. And
that's a good thing to learn, right? I mean, it's good. It would be good for the promoters to contact the vendors and say, listen, we're promoting this. Yes. And it's our job to do so, but you get a better turnout when all of the individual vendors also promote the show. So go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could be like, okay, yeah, that's not my job. What are you like? You some kind of big timer that, I'll have you people take care of this for me. Like, it's such a lesson, and you have to participate. You have to do more than just,
And
if you're a vendor,
if you learn that that's a good way to do it and you don't do it, then you're just sabotaging yourself. I mean,
it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not the promoter. They don't bring anybody in the door, and then I have a bad show. Well, what did you do for yourself? Like, and then, and I've had people say, well, you're advertising for the other vendors. Look, man, nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd. Like, get the crowd in front of me and I'll figure it out,
Yeah. Right.
So anyhow, it was a good show. And like I say, I assume I have no idea what the snafu was, having come from the wedding event space, profession. Who knows, man? I can only imagine how hard it is to book a reptile live animal show in a large chain hotel ballroom. Like, so I don't know what happened. Who knows? But they made the most of it, and kudos to them for not canceling the show. That would have been the heartbreaker.
Right. Yeah.
As hard as it is to find a venue, how do you find a new venue on less than 48 hours notice? So
I don't know. And how was the venue? I mean, did they find a good enough venue to handle the show?
All these venues are kind of weird. I never understood how armories become. I mean, first of all, an armory is like a high school gymnasium. Are there guns and stuff? I don't understand. The National Guard armory, like, I guess they train there. But anyway, is that a National Guard armory? I don't know. Like, there's like a shipping container cargo box against the wall on one end of it. But people came and it worked. It was fine. It was fine. It was no, I mean, what do you need? You need a big space. You need lights.
That's all.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess people aren't really coming for the scenery; they're coming for the snakes and
it's not like the Ritz-Carlton where you're like, ooh, we'll stroll through the gallery with the docents. No, I mean, you don't have that, but otherwise, it's fine. It was good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good show. That's good.
Yeah, we did. Joe, it's the season, my friend. Festivus. The tradition kicks off for you newcomers. With an airing of grievances.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
And now you're going to hear about it. Did you say problems or issues? Did we get it? It was close. I know that newcomers was part of the quote I had to get. Did you say issues or problems?
I think it's problems.
Problems. I got a lot of problems with you people. A lot of issues with you people. And now you're going to hear problems. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I have put together a little list of grievances. We do have some actual like business content later, but I think everybody's here for the grievances. The audience can participate.
Yes.
You may not down any specific person or company, but you can down all sorts of actions. You can air all sorts of grievances. Have an issue with the action, not the person. And wrong answers only, and that's the key here.
So Adam and I had a conversation about this last week, and I said, let's each just pick 3. And I got into it, and I didn't stop at 3. And it's usually I'm pretty easygoing guy. I didn't know that this was inside of me, and apparently it is. And it bubbles up every once in a while, and I can tell why. So this is a very cathartic.
You have to let it out. This is useful, because if we don't do this here and now, what happens on Christmas morning when a little something tweaks you? You don't want this stuff coming out that day. You can't bring down the jolly. You got to do it right now. You don't let it out ahead of time.
Hey, Adam, I have a question.
Yes.
You don't like really watch television or movies that much, right?
Correct.
There is this show called The Bear that came out. Have you heard of The Bear?
No,
it's about.
Isn't there a guy on ESPN that goes by The Bear that's like the gambling guy? That's not what we're talking about.
It could be, but that's not what I'm talking about. The Bear is a show about service, the food industry service.
Oh, really?
It is.
I shouldn't watch it then.
It is. I think it's an incredible show, but it is intense, and like people who have been in the food service industry, they get like when they watch it, they get like PTSD.
Really?
From it.
I gotta go, and actually, I will go. I mean, if it's good, I'll go see it. Yeah, sitting down for extended periods of time is difficult for me, but I'll try it.
Yeah, they're like half-hour episodes, I think. So
oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, so it works. There's one episode in season 2 where it is a holiday party, and it is intense and crazy, and that's exactly what happens. People start bringing up old stuff, and they start saying, "Yeah, this." And
is it the holiday party from the restaurant?
No, it's like it's like a home party. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, because the restaurant holiday parties, man, who's drunk, who's done what with who and when, and under what influences. Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
look at this. You say the word jolly, and Jeremy and Holly show up. That's Snakes for the Memories. It's unbelievable. Boom. It's like Candyman. Puff. There they are. Would you like to? Oh, go ahead.
I use the word jolly because I look at my face, and I'm getting, because of the holidays, I can tell I'm getting puffy. And this is how I can tell I'm getting puffy: when I lose my eyes when I start to laugh.
Oh,
you can't see my eyes anymore, right?
My puffiness comes from red wine. I actually have get a little histamine reaction.
Oh, really?
Red wine. Yeah, I do. I actually have to take some allergy medicine from red wine.
So, do you want to start? You want to start? I'm nervous. I'm actually kind of nervous.
Let me warm up. I'm going to start with a couple. Honorable mentions. Let me tell you a couple things. Just drive me a little bit crazy. I've had enough of vendors bringing their kids. The kids aren't the problem. Bringing the kids aren't the problem. Zipping around Hot Wheels when I'm trying to vend seriously, and somebody has a playground behind me. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of you people. So you can bring the kid, you can bring the Hot Wheel. Don't bring the kid and the Hot Wheels. Had enough.
So the Hot Wheels meaning
the little car. There's zipping cars all around behind me. I'm trying to explain to somebody what heterozygous means, and I got Bobby with his 67 orange Mustang banging me in the ankle. It's going to be a good reel, right? That'll be a good one.
Get on my nerves. That's a good one. That's a good one to spend. Now, how do we handle the response? Because sometimes, maybe I got a kid and I got Hot Wheels and I'm taking a kid to Hot Wheels. So what with Hot Wheels?
I'm telling you how I'll handle the response.
Okay.
I'm stocking up on liter-sized bottles of Mountain Dew, and I'm filling your kid up, and I'm sending them back to you at the end of the show, not at the beginning. I don't want to deal with your kid with Mountain Dew. End of the show, boom, here you go, kiddo, right under the table. Here you go. Have a little nip. Boom. Go back to your parents that were inconsiderate to bring you in the Hot Wheel, and have a nice evening.
Do you? What if it gets on? Do you say something? Do you go, "Hey, the kid"?
I don't, man. It's what do you do?
Yeah, you really can't. You really can't.
You can't be that guy. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So, you know what else?
What's up?
I've had enough of barn doors. Not on barns, just in the house. They don't close anything. They don't provide any actual privacy. I can't relax on a toilet with a barn door. What are we doing here, people? Let it go. I've had enough. Like, you buy all the extra equipment. You can't even use the space where the door isn't even occupied because you got to leave it open in case you need to slide it.
I like the barn door. I think it's a nice touch.
It's done. It's over. Burn it. Get yourself 3 hinges and a latch like a normal human being and call it a day.
I don't. Those are really good ones. I don't know about mine.
Those are just my warm up. Those are my honorable mentions.
Those are your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay. Look at Chris gets it. He sums it up perfectly. Firewood, and
you don't think they're a nice touch?
That's all a barn door is. So
I mean, I understand what you're saying because it doesn't seem like they would provide any kind of they don't seem to function as a door like would function. Would the things that you want out of a door? It's like it's lacking 70% of what you want out of a door.
Yeah, and look, this isn't a selfish problem. I want privacy, but you know what? I want you to have privacy at certain times too. I don't want to have to look away or wonder if I'm going to sneak a peek because there's a barn door gap. Let it go. Close it off. Latch it. Hinges. There you go. Put a little gasket around it. There you go. That's a real door.
Yeah, I think you're going to have an easier time with these grievances than me. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go with my first one.
Off my list here. Go ahead, Joe. Let's sum out, man. I'm feeling better already. Just let me tell you. I'm feeling the weight lifting off of me.
So people who complain that they're busy. I don't
like it's a badge of honor, right?
Yeah. Like you're busy. Okay. All right. We're all busy. Okay. We all got things that we're doing. All right. Don't complain to me that you're busy. I'm busy. You're busy. Everybody's busy. Just deal with it. All right.
We signed up but for a 6:30 a.m. show. We're busy. Yeah.
If you do have a problem with busyness, being busy, don't complain about it. If you do have an actual problem and you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I'm fine with that. We could talk about it. You could go to me, go, Joe, I'm busy all the time. I don't know what to do. Let's hash out how I can be less busy. That's fine.
Steps.
That's fixing the problem then.
There you go.
If you're busy all the time and you're just wearing it as a badge of honor, come on. Don't come and talk to me about that stuff, okay? Or that you're tired. The other thing, tired. I'm tired. Okay, you're tired. Okay. Then what are you doing? What are you eating? Are you getting enough sleep? Change it. Just change it. Okay. Everybody's busy and everybody's tired. Okay. That's it.
They would be less busy because they could be more productive if they didn't complain that they were busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need 5-minute busy conversations. Just go.
I feel like every time I hear somebody say that, I go, oh man, what are you trying? Are you trying to prove it to me? Are you trying to prove it to me?
Right. It's like, give me a medal.
Like, or if you're busy all the time, you're doing something wrong. Like, figure out.
Just make little to-go lists. There you go. Here's my reminders for today. Here's what I need to
You're doing
accomplish.
something wrong. Figure out why you're busy all the time. I mean,
there you go. There's the day right there.
Why it's plaguing you. That's what I mean. Why is the busyness plaguing you? Figure it out. Change it. Why are you tired? Change it. Fix it.
All right.
Well, that was good. I'm easing into this. I'm easing
there you
into
go.
it.
You got another one? You want it? You're warmed up? Yeah. You're
no, you go. You got another one? You go.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what my top 3 are really going to be, though, because these are still just the honorable mentions. I got
another honorable mention.
Oh, go ahead. Let an honorable mention rip.
I don't like movie posters that just have somebody's face on it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You
like
need a
just
story, huh?
Like just somebody's face where they're just like looking off, and it's somebody really famous or something.
A little fog machine around them.
This is gonna get me to go see the movie now. Just somebody's face looking off, you know, or like there was so many, like when Tom Hanks really became big, it was just The Green Mile and he's looking off, or Castaway and he's looking off. It's like, come on, do something better with this. I don't want to. Come on, give me a story here. You know.
What's the flip side? What's a great movie poster?
There's action. There's crazy stuff that's going on.
I like the Big Lebowski movie poster. It all comes back to Lebowski for me. There's a lot going on there. You got the robe, you got the bowling pin, the glasses. He's kind of looking over the rim of them. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I get that.
Now, the Big Lebowski, my uncle really likes the Big Lebowski, and I get him a gift every year for Christmas, and I got him the Lebowski sweater, like
cool
sweater last year. And he was like, "Oh, this is a weird sweater," and he was like, "Wait a second, I know this sweater."
For next year, if you haven't already, there's a book called "I'm a Lebowski, You're a Lebowski," and it's just nothing but Lebowski culture, trivia, Easter eggs to go find in the movie. It's fantastic. It's called "I'm a Lebowski, You're a Lebowski." That is one of the books on my bookshelf that I have. I love it.
Okay.
I don't watch many movies, but I figure all my ground is covered between the Big Lebowski and the Shawshank Redemption. Everything else is fluff. Since then, they all come back to those 2 movies. That's it. That's all you need.
All right. You got one? You got a real
Let's get into our top 3 here.
Okay.
My top 3. I think I've figured it out. Maybe I got another honorable. You know what? Let's do one more honorable mention.
Okay.
Do we always have to clarify? Can we be done? Can 2024 be done with the clarification of formerly Twitter? We know what X is. It's good. Save the print space. We don't need to write formerly Twitter every time that we reference X. We know. And you know what? Here's a little secret. We don't care. We didn't tweet. We don't tweet. We're not going to Twitter. Whoops. We're not. None of it.
Look out.
Yeah. We're good. Just call it X and move on. The people that do care already know, and the rest of us don't give a damn. Save the formerly Twitter. We don't care. Let it go. It's good.
I still say Twitter, though.
Yeah, you could call it whatever you want. You can call it the dumpster fire of. Do
you not like Twitter?
I don't know. Actually, I don't use it. I never have. I don't think I ever got it or embraced it. I don't.
Yeah, Chelsea refuses to even check it out.
Yeah, I don't. If it's something's quoted in the news or something, I'll take a little look. But I don't have it, and I'm not the biggest fan of the dude either. So I like the dude from the Lebowski, not the dude from X, formerly Twitter. So you don't need it. It's a waste. So there you go. I've had enough of it.
Who likes Twitter here? Anybody? Anybody like Twitter?
Well, now you're going to pit me against people. That's not the airing of grievances. So let things go.
I wanted to discuss how we were going to respond to each of these things. Like if I say a grievance, what would be your response to that grievance? If
well, the response is just fix it. It's done. Just quit with it.
I have an account for 15 years ago I never use.
Yeah, see?
I joined a few years ago. I actually check it every day.
Look at the empathy in the crowd, man. People get. I'm telling you, man. We're on to something here. Yeah. See, it's a trap. Kurtwood knows what's up. Troy, he feels my pain.
You're hitting the chord. You're striking a chord. I'm not. I don't think I am. I think mine are weird and or maybe the busy thing. Yeah, maybe the busy thing.
I think it's good, and we embrace the weird here. We're snake people, man. This is the home of the weird. All right, Joe. One more honorable mention, or are we jumping in the pool now here?
I don't think I have any more honorable mentions. The rest of mine are pretty deep.
I wish I had sound effects. All right, this is the dramatic. Okay, number 3 from Joe.
Well, I have 5 of them. So let me. Do you have one that you can go with right away?
Yeah, this is it. This is my top grievance. Top number 3. Number 3 top grievance. Maybe. Oh yeah. No. I'm gonna make. Yeah, I got it. I've had enough. Let it go. End it. Of the grocery rewards. Just tell me the price of something. I give you the money. I walk out the door. We're good. I don't need the little keychain tag. I don't need the extra card in my wallet. This is 21st century, and you want me to carry around a piece of plastic so I get an extra 7 cents off a pack of ramen? Cut it out. Just let me give you money happily. In, out. I don't need you to ask me every time. Do you have rewards? The reward is getting out of the store with what I want for the price that's advertised. That's the reward that I want. Trying to let it go.
Yeah. I like the rewards. But I just use my telephone number, punch in my telephone number, and then every once in a while I get $5 or whatever.
Your telephone number. In what space in life do we tell anybody our telephone number anymore?
I give my telephone number at Winn-Dixie.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's how archaic it is. Everywhere else, it's just like bing bang. Here's me. Yeah. Let me click over a little link for it. Oh, let me recite my personal 10 digits that I've been toting around in my pocket for the past 15 years, so that this broccoli is a little bit more advantageous for me to buy today. Thanks, Winn-Dixie.
See, I should be reacting differently. That's what I'm saying. I should be doing some active listening, which is, I hear that you are feeling blank because of blank.
No, that's not the place.
I hear that you are feeling frustrated.
Let it out.
Because
I have to say, I'm impressed with how calmly you go through life. Apparently, you just put up with this stuff day in and day out.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't rile me up like some people.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're like a child wandering into the middle of a movie asking, what's going on here? Yeah. Thanks. Everybody loves that kid. That's great. All right. What do you got?
Okay. People who think they know me.
Oh.
You don't know me.
You don't
Nobody
know
knows me.
Ah.
Nobody knows. I live with myself. I know me. You don't know me. Nobody knows.
Philly coming out in the boy here. All
right. Especially if I say something or ask something, and then I'm labeled a certain way, and they go, "Oh," and even if it especially if it's negatively, if they go, "Oh, you're that kind of person," like, wait, back it off. I'm not that kind of person. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to learn here. Okay. If I'm asking a certain question, doesn't mean I'm a certain kind of person, or if I say a certain thing, that's who my identity is. No, you don't know me. Nobody knows.
Not everything's a test. Some things just are a question.
Yeah. And yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It gets heavy
and, but also, even if it's positive, like, I got a good friend, a good buddy of mine. I've known him for 30 years. We're still real close friends. And he thinks it's funny that I'm like this. But even if somebody says, I think you would like this. Yeah, you know.
Suddenly
Hey,
you owe
hang
them.
on a
They've
second.
done you a favor, right? Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
want to owe. Don't worry about what I'll like.
Hang on a second. What do you think you know about me that I think that you think I would like this?
What are you setting me up for? Yeah, I got you. I think my number one is going to be along those lines, Jay. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. My number two. I hate to be sexist, but really, ladies, enough with the pillows. They're everywhere. We don't need more. They're all over the place. The couch, the extra chair, the bench where I have to change my shoe in the morning, the little place where I set my keys when I come home. Oh, I go to somebody's house. They got 8 pillows on the bed. What am I to do with it? Do I put them on the floor? Am I supposed to lay on it? What? 2, maybe 3 tops is all the pillows any single human needs. Do you know I have to store pillows? We have to rotate. Like, the pillows have to get put up. The red and white pillows, they're going to be gone. I got 11 more months before I'm going to see that pillow again. And so for 11 months, we got to know where we stored it. Is the pillow safe? And now we're going to break it back out because it's the Christmas pillow that I don't even, the couch has built-in pillows. Otherwise, it would be just pieces of wood. You don't need more pillows. They're there. They're in the thing that I'm sitting on. All I do is move pillows out of the way. And suddenly my couch is like half size because it's rude if you throw a nice pillow on the ground. You can't do that. That's where the dog walks around. You got dog feet stuff. Let the pillows go. I've had enough.
Yeah, it's like that thing. It's some television show, and somebody says every time I go to bed, it's like I'm working on a loading dock. I got to take off the pillows.
Yeah. You know what a mattress is? It's a great big square pillow. You got all the pillow you need. It's great. There you go. It's a high-end pillow. It's built in.
You know, Adam, you've been to my house a few times. I'm feeling personally attacked.
I'm not saying I'm attacking you. I'm saying a lot of people have a lot of pillows. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people
have some pillows.
Oh boy. So this is more of a personal thing, but multiple junk drawers.
Oh, they're ever terrible. You need one good junk drawer, otherwise
you got one good junk drawer. That's it. Just one.
Yeah. I had a boss who's great. First guy that ever hired me, and I ended up working for that company for 10 years. He became like the regional manager, so he would show up, twice a week in my store. This was when I was working for Ruby Tuesday as the GM. And what I didn't know at the time is things being in the right place, organization, knowing what you have, not having extra crap around, all that stuff that goes into being a good, solid business. So when you have 900 stores and 500 million in revenue, all of those little things add up to big money and waste. And he's going through, and I remember him to this day, pardon the language. He goes, "Oh, look at this. What do you call this? You call this the shit file over here, Adam? Nice. I didn't see shit file on the organization list here." To this day, the junk drawer, when I see one, I'm like, the shit file.
I think one junk drawer is, you go, okay, where's that thing that just doesn't have a category? I'm going to go to that drawer and find it in that drawer. And then, but if you have multiple ones, we have one, I can think 1, 2, we got a junk closet.
Burn it, throw it away.
We got a junk third bay. That's what we got. So
it's so fulfilling. Pull that drawer, do the little thing at the end of the drawer where you got to take it out, flip it right in the trash. Don't even look what it is, because when you put it back, you're going to be like, I don't even know what I threw away. Fantastic. Now you have a beautifully organized drawer of nothing, and you don't have to worry about it. There's one less junk drawer that you have to look for the staple replacement. box.
It is a hell of my own making, though. I will say that it is. I need to consolidate junk drawers.
I say this truly empathetically, outside of the character of the Airing of Grievances here. There are at least two kinds of people. There's probably many kinds of people, but there's at least two kinds of people. It physically causes my wife anxiety if we might ever use something in the future and I throw it away. I'm like, baby, let's get rid of it. Let's get it out.
Right.
Remember that Zojirushi coffee maker I told you I had?
Yeah.
We bought a new one because it conked out after 12 years. Do you know what we still have in a closet, in a box? A broken Zojirushi coffee maker.
Oh,
I gotta get this thing out of the house, man. Yeah, it's got to go. I'll keep the container. We might want 2 pots of coffee sometime for a little get together. Great. I'll keep the second one. What do I need? Spare parts? This isn't a junkyard. What, I need a junk car for the coffee maker? It's gone. I gotta go. But it will tear at her soul. And so I got to sneak it out. It is. Oh, it's trash day. I might do it after the show this morning. Just shimmy it out to the curb real quick.
So what are we up to? Do we have any others?
Yeah, I think I got number. Wait. I think I'm down to my number 1. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna write this one down.
I want you to, and I want everybody to take this.
Oh, really? Me specifically? Oh,
no, okay. No. Just in general. Just spread the good word. Hear me, folks. The word gift is a noun. Stop using it as a verb. Stop telling me that you're going to gift somebody something. It's already there. It's a word. It's give. You know how you give somebody a gift. You know how pretentious you sound when you tell me you're going to gift somebody something? And let me tell you, if somebody's gifting you something, you're going to owe them. Take that gift, tell them no thanks. Keep it, pal. I appreciate the effort. It's the thought that counts. You keep your little gifting gift. Give me something. I've had enough. Don't tell me. It's so pretentious. They gifted me. Like you're a man, I almost cussed, man. I got to watch it. Like you're some sort of
fired up, man.
Like the rest of us are peons, but because somebody gifted you something, you're up here. Or God forbid, you're the one gifting. Like you get some like charity medal because you're. Did you gift something to the kids in the little commercials? No, I bet you didn't. Yeah, give. I've had enough of gift. It's a noun. You give a gift. Done with it. Don't tell me you're going to gift anything to me. Keep it.
Your number one grievance, that's a pretty good. I mean, it's a small grievance. It's not like I have.
Easily fixable. Where did that come from, by the way? That's a phenomenon of like the past 6 years, right?
Yeah.
And it's annoying. I've had enough.
I mean, that's a little thing. I have like my remaining list is being right versus being honest. Emotional arguments. Like I live in emotion. I love emotion. I'm an emotional guy. But when
I feel like you're glazing over these. You got to jump in. Don't sell yourself short. Let the grievance out.
Well, those two are kind of connected, right?
Okay.
So when you get into something and you're like, well, when you get into like an argument, I got to be right. I got to be right. Instead of going, okay, what's the real thing? What are we talking about here? Let's back it up. Let me see. This is my interpretation of the facts in front of me. And that's what I'm going to say. This is my interpretation. Why don't you tell me your interpretation? And maybe we'll see things a little differently. That's how it should go. But instead, we want to be right. We want to work towards I got to be right instead of being honest about what we have, what we see, what we're experiencing. Blah,
well, you know why we do that, right? Because then we can label somebody on a tribe and other.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're less human, and then that makes us even more right because they're probably going to hell. Let's just get right down to it.
Then you can go in that direction where you can go, yeah, you're that kind of person, like I was talking before. Like they're all kind of connected, actually.
Yeah.
The emotion, but what leads to it is like being emotional in your arguments. Like I love emotion. I live in emotion. I'm an emotional guy. I cry at things easily. But when you're arguing with someone, you have to stick to the facts. You got to go, okay, all right. What happened? What is happening? How am I interpreting it? And have a little bit of humility there when you're talking about, your interpretation of something. And the emotional part of it is people don't listen to that kind of stuff. They listen to the emotion and they react to the emotion, and they go, I hear you're angry, so I'm going to be angry too. And then that makes the other person angry. And it's just emotions that are going back and forth and not really the thing that needs to be talked about.
This came up on the Tuesday night show. I did a show on Tuesday night with Troy from a brand called Best Dressed Balls. We're so conditioned now to give these quick responses on, yeah, it's a good name, right? We're so conditioned now.
All these names are great.
Yeah. There's no space for texture or context. And I think that's why so many podcasts have popped up and that people enjoy podcasts, because it's almost like the old school art of conversation and understanding that we don't get from an Instagram post or a meme or Facebook. God forbid, Facebook. Oh, no context anywhere there. So that leads to these quick emotional, like, what emotion am I feeling? What emoji can I put there and move on, versus having a, non-psychopathic conversation with actual words,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You.
I mean, even and it happened. I do it too. I get caught up in the emotion and I go, okay, you're getting angry at me. I'm getting angry at you. I'm going to get back to you. But really, like, what does that really solve? It's a spiral and it just gets out of hand.
It does.
Okay, all right.
Big time.
All right.
And the people that deserve to have things get out of hand, now I got to be careful here. But when they're coming with truly bad intentions and truly trying to hurt you, like, the most hurtful thing you could do to somebody like that is to give them no attention. Oh, it drives them nuts. Hey, have a good day, buddy. I wish you the best. Walk away. See ya. Take you, your pillows, and your gifting ways, and get out. Had enough. And you go on and you're free. It's wonderful. Joe, would you like to try to tell people about the wonderful people at Cold Blooded Cafe? I sprung it on you.
You did spring it on me.
I feel bad. You got the daylight right in your right eye this morning.
I know.
I feel like it's bothering you.
Why don't you go
do that
for
while
that?
you adjust the blinds?
I'll adjust the blind, and you take care of Cold Blooded Cafe.
Guys, I've been working with Cold Blooded Cafe for a long time. They have stepped up to be the banner sponsor here for Proper Cup of Joe. And to celebrate that, it's a new promo code. If you use the old promo code, it's done. It's out. We have aired that grievance of that promo code. It's done. They were wonderful. Actually, I think you could still use it. You might be able to use two, but I didn't tell you that. So use promo code PROPER11 at Cold Blooded Cafe for your frozen rodent needs. It's 11% off of an expensive order. Most of these boxes of rodents, you're going to spend hundreds of dollars on. I mean, that's the fact of the matter is they're expensive. So why not use the Proper 11 code? Check them out. I use Cold Blooded Cafe for my frozen rodent feeder needs, and I think you should too. I was a customer of theirs long before I was ever in business. And thanks to all their support, I am grateful for them, and no grievances there. So check them out. Also, Keith at Creative Genetics out there in Fresno, California. He's got some cool stuff going on. He is a breeder, and he's working with the Stranger combos. You'll find Stranger in some of his Axanthics, head Axanthics, double, triple hets, possible hets, all with Stranger. Go check out Creative Genetics. That's Keith. I do own a few of his snakes. And if you've seen my Instagram, that Killer, not Killer, because Killer is actually a combo nickname for Super Pastel, that amazing clown Axanthic stud that I've got in the mix right now is from Keith at Creative Genetics. Can't wait to see what we produce working together. Thanks for the support. Check them out. Info down below. Joe, I read a quote. We got about 15 minutes to pick this apart.
All right, let's go. Oh, we're done with the grievances, right?
I am aired. I am refreshed. I have cleared my mind. I have gone through the cathartic cleansing of the airing of grievances. I'm great.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't have any more. Well, I do have one more, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to do it because I want to get into this other thing. But I don't know if it's cathartic to me. I'm like riled up. Like I don't feel good. I don't feel as good as I did 45 minutes ago.
Let it out, man. You gotta. You got. I mean, we can stay on it. We can.
No, because I don't think people want to hear us rant anymore. I don't know.
You got to be careful. There's a thin line between airing of grievances and getting whiny. You know, you gotta draw the line.
So what's the quote? Let's talk about the quote.
All right. There's a guy, first off, let me give credit where it's due. There's a guy called Mark Manson, and he's sort of a philosopher, influencer. It's hard to take somebody seriously as a philosopher when their main platform is Instagram, right? So I realize this. And I also really don't like what I call guruism. I don't need a guru. I don't need that. I want to learn, but I don't need like a, you know, there's a bunch of them out there, right? Like, so anyway, I try and dabble and pick what fits for me. Like you say, this guy doesn't know me. I know me. I know what I need. But he's got a really great way of distilling things down. And sometimes he makes you go, he might have a point. So Mark Manson says, sorry, that's a word. We're going to say forget, but he uses a different word that starts with F. Forget your morning routine. Success is mostly just a combination of pain tolerance and willingness to implement feedback. Let me say it again. Success is mostly just a combination of pain tolerance and a willingness to implement feedback. And it struck me because as smart people, we all think we're smart people. We like to say success is everything I've earned, everything I've done, everything I've accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
I went to college, got me a nifty degree. I got me a little podcast. I'm creating my success here, right? What if it's just showing up and doing it and getting your teeth kicked in over and over? And every time you get your teeth kicked in, you figure out how to not get your teeth kicked in that way next time. And after, 5 years or so, you're really, really tough. And every time somebody comes to try and kick your teeth, you got moves and you're getting by. Yeah. Or your teeth are gone and you're getting by, and suddenly getting by for a long time is what we call success. That hurts the ego, right? I've worked too hard for success to be that uncomplicated. I need it to be more complicated I need the validation of saying, well, that's the point. That's the point of the topic today.
Why do you need success to be different than that, though?
Because it puts so much work into it. What if it's just showing up and implementing feedback? God, it can't be that simple, can it?
Well, isn't that what you do? I mean, I feel like
I hate it. He's right. Yeah, he's right.
I feel like getting your teeth kicked in is a badge of honor these days. It's like saying that you went through hard times. I went through really hard times, and a lot of people have gone through hard times. That's like I think that's a good. Now, when I read it, I don't agree with it. I don't necessarily agree with it.
Then what are you doing to me here? Then take the other road. Then I'll say I agree with it.
Well, it's like whenever you have a quote like that, I just kind of go, well, what do you mean by success? What do you mean by pain? What do you mean by? I mean, we have to define our terms here so that we're kind of on the same page. I mean, is success just simply surviving? Because that would be success for some people. I saw somebody the other day. Oh, it was on X, formerly known as Twitter, and they said
Thanks for the clarification. I was wondering which X you were speaking of. Yeah.
They said, you know, they have $30 million in assets, and they don't feel financially stable. They don't feel as though they're successful. And then that sparked a whole conversation about what is success and what is financial success, and are we like what satisfies us? So I wonder about, okay, so.
But I feel like that's divergent from his message. We all know, we all have some measure of success for ourselves.
Okay.
I think why it struck me, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to demean your input or ignore it, but my feeling though is I think it struck me because I think it hit my ego.
Okay.
I think so. I take my career, and you know the pride I take in my career. You know me personally.
Yeah.
And I say, I was great. I did all these things. I learned all these. I put all this effort in. Then there's this quote that says, hey, maybe it's just pain tolerance and implementing feedback. On the other hand, how did I get my first raise? I went and sliced onions. I literally like raised my pain tolerance. I was the guy that would slice the onions. They gave me a raise. That was success at that point. That I think of high-end private clubs being you know, hired by a billionaire, and when I say hired, I really mean owned for 6 years by a billionaire. I just got my teeth kicked in by these members for long enough until they were like, Adam's pretty good punching bag. He's a success. Like maybe it really is just going, all right, all you got to do is survive, not get fired, and implement a little change after the pain. And I think also it speaks to, I'll say myself, those of us that have this pride and this ego in what we do, we look around our industry, whatever it might be, because every industry has it. And there's these people that we perceive as just bumbling around. Oh, he didn't go to college. He's not a sommelier. He's an Applebee's manager in a private club. He didn't do this or that. Maybe they just had high pain tolerance and implemented feedback better than I did along the way. And it pisses me off.
Well, okay. You're acting like having a high pain tolerance and sticking around and implementing feedback is just like a normal thing that everybody does. Like that's not a normal thing that everybody does. I think you're very, very good at that. And I think that's a specialty that people have. Like people,
don't we want to say there's more magic to success? Don't we want to say, like, let's take snake breeders. Don't we want to say, no, I invested right up front. I made great choices. I predicted the market. I knew all of that. Is it really just you showed up and you didn't quit? Like, oh, I mean, want it to be more.
So but you're saying the thing. So I'm disagreeing with you in multiple ways. Okay. Number one is, all right. You
have the floor. I'm sorry.
I think it's a specialty that people have a high tolerance for pain, and they implement feedback. People don't want to experience pain, and they have a low tolerance for pain. And when it gets painful, they bail.
It's easier to walk away than face it. Yeah.
And they want to do things their way. They don't want to listen to other people. They don't want to. So those two things I think are specialized skills. But I also think that it's not that those two things are the only things that lead to success.
Sure.
I think there are other things
and not only sure, of course not. There's specializations. There's absolutely knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would disagree. So maybe I'm not disagreeing with you there. You want something. You want more than just those two things to be the things that lead to success. And I agree with you there. So I disagree with the quote saying that those are the only two things. But I also think that those two things are special things.
So let me flip it around for a minute, because this guy Mark Manson would say, "I'm not being a downer." Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. It's just as simple and easy as that. Release all the other crap. Just focus on those things, and most of the rest will take care of itself. So he would frame it as, I'm giving you permission to relax. I'm giving you permission to look, not he, give yourself permission to relax. Look in the long picture. You got other things to worry about. Like, don't worry, don't concern, go on with what's important, not this career success stuff. Go have fun, enjoy yourself. And, you know, figure out how to take some feedback and implement some change.
It is so interesting. Because I interpret it completely different, that quote.
Oh, the tone. Well, and so I know the context of this guy. So let me take that to the nth degree.
Yeah.
He would say, in the billion-year history of everything, we're insignificant specks on a piece of dirt. And he says, you could be right about what came before, you could be right about what comes after. But right here and right now is all we got. So it's incumbent on each of us to make this a wonderful little ride while we got it.
Okay.
How cool, right? Like in that way, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he tends to start with this downer thing to say, you can't control any of the other stuff. So get rid of it and focus on this little ride that we got together. And damn it, if it's so insignificant and it's so short, you have nothing but the responsibility to make it wonderful while you're here.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds good too. That sounds
and
good.
I don't necessarily believe that there's nothing before or nothing after. We're not going to dive into that today. But I do know here in this moment, he's got a point. Like, through the eons of time, we're just particles flying through space, man.
So, so in that context, how does it change so it changes the quote that we're talking about in that context, because it's more like, don't try and figure too much out. Just show up, work, put your nose to the grindstone and work, which is what you have done. But like, for me, I want to figure things out. I do want to figure things out. And
I have, you know me, I have that gene. Oh man, so let's bring this all back around to,
and it has not led me to success. So there, in certain ways that I do kind of agree. That's interesting. Like, if I think about myself, and like, I don't think that I am, it's crazy. I don't think that I'm successful.
Which is a crazy thought, by the way.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful life
that
I know of. And you might suffer many things that I don't know of, but from what I know of it, it's a beautiful world.
And I have to pick up my head up from time to time and go, look at what you're doing. Like, I look at what you've got. Look at where you came from. Look at where you came from and look what you got now. Gee, holy smokes. That's incredible. Right. So, but I do not feel successful because there is a particular restlessness and a drive in me to do different things, to do other things. And I haven't gotten there yet. And I don't know if I will ever get there. I remember, on the road, Jack Kerouac, he says, the only rest that you ever experience is before you're born and after you die.
Because we're all busy.
Right, because we're all busy.
But I think that is something that flows through all of us. And I am certainly no poster child for, just relax, Adam. There's only things you can control and not. Like, I am not the guy for that. I would love to be that guy. I want to be that guy. I think. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe that's what's driven me. But thanks for humoring me. It was one of those quotes that gave me this little itch that I was like, I don't want this guy to be right, but I think that he is, and I think that there's something to it. So think about that, everybody. And whether that's, I will say this, whether it's mostly success, a little piece of success, all of success, it is a skill that can be developed, and it is very, very important in any business. I mean, if you're not going to listen to your customers' feedback, if you're not going to listen to people educated that can mentor you, if you're not going to implement change. One of my favorite quotes I ever heard was somebody lamenting to another musician, "Oh, it's impossible to make a living, this and that." And the guy looked at him in all seriousness. He said, if your business model isn't working, you need to change your business model. That's all he said. He didn't try and cure it for the guy. All he did was basically say, you got to figure this out for yourself, but you can't just keep doing the same thing, complaining it doesn't work. And that really is that pain tolerance and implementing feedback and change. So, yeah, guys, I think, well, Kurtwood, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I know that, I don't know you real well, but I know that you pull the overnight shift. You're doing, this is your happy hour after a long day. So thanks for spending it with us. And thanks very much.
I did catch a question from Kurtwood earlier. I'm not from the Midwest. I lived in the Midwest for a couple of years. I lived in Chicago for a couple of years, but I'm not from the Midwest. No, I'm from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Midwest has a little like a little peninsula that jets into Pennsylvania. I've noticed there's a lot of good folks in that area.
And there's Shannon. Merry Christmas, Shannon. We haven't seen you in the chat lately, and I've missed you. So
yeah,
good to hear from you, man.
I get so engaged with the conversation here. Jesse, good morning, man. I owe you a phone call, man. I know I'm not avoiding you. I can't say I'm busy anymore. I've been distracted and I haven't focused on what I should. How about that? I'll call you, man. Kurtwood, yeah, man. I'll be at Tinley in March. I am vending there. I'll be there. Troy, as far as I know, it's turned on. Kurtwood figured it out. Maybe you got to do a super sticker instead of a chat. I don't know what the difference is. Thank you, though. It's the thought that counts. I'm going to leave it alone on the gift, man. I want to tell personally, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. I hope that whatever it means to you, whatever holiday you're celebrating or not celebrating, I hope you get a little bit of time to relax, a little bit of peace. I know it can be very tough for some people, for people that they've lost, that maybe we're joining them in a holiday and aren't any longer. I know that some people are going through a tough time, medical conditions, treatments. Don't wait for holidays. I'm with you all, but I hope that you find a little bit of peace and a little bit of comfort in the time, whether it be with family or the family that you choose and your friends. So there you go. My very best wishes to you, Joe. Same to you and Chelsea and the kids and your families.
Yeah, back at you, man. Thanks, and to the entire community here. Really enjoy yourself. But we'll be back. We're gonna do this next week, right?
Absolutely, man. This train keeps rolling, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
Wait a second. I've known about you forever. Yeah. I used to watch your lives too, Kurtwood. I'll be spending my birthday with Justin and Stan. Are you in Florida? Are you going to Florida? Now I'm confused. We'll pick up that conversation on Instagram or behind the scenes. And I don't know when your birthday is either. Is that today? Happy birthday if it is. I feel like it's coming up, but maybe it's today. And I would be Joe. I'm sorry. I would be remiss if I didn't express some gratitude and thanks. It's a crazy ride that I'm on. I'm so fortunate to be able to do this. Thanks to the sponsors, thanks to the audience, and the interaction. Otherwise, it's just me and Joe arguing into a camera. So I'm thankful to everybody. Holidays seem like the time to really accentuate some thanks. So I want to make sure that I do. But you guys bring me a lot of joy, and this whole opportunity and this little business endeavor that I've got going is just the coolest, craziest thing ever. And I'm so thankful for it. So thank you all very, very much. Have a Merry Christmas, anything you're celebrating. Be safe. There's no pride taken and ending up in the slammer on Christmas Eve. Okay, guys, be careful out there.
All right, go Birds. We'll see you.